Hi guys, I'm Ellis and welcome to the latest FM21 tutorial. So, you've selected your team, you're nervously excited to get started, and you're probably thinking, what should I focus on first? No, not Wonder Kids just yet. Hold your horses. It's important to know exactly what kind of squad you're dealing with when you arrive at a club. It's no use planning to build your squad around a creative number 10 if the one you've got isn't up to scratch. Knowing your team's strengths and weaknesses allows you to get ahead of the game in pre-season. This allows you to work on your squad's flaws in training, and it also allows you to find a different player for certain positions in the transfer market. The perfect place to get the lowdown on your squad is the team report section. Here you'll get insight and analysis from your backroom team presented across a handful of screens. Let's kick off with a look at the overview screen. The most important thing to note when you arrive at this screen is the best 11 section. This shows you your backroom staff's view for your current tactic, so you can see what they would recommend. Under each player's name is a star rating. These are there to give you an idea for how good each player is in their role compared to the rest of the squad. This gives you a clear picture of the current state of play, and it also showcases where you need to improve. It's also worth noting that the star ratings that you see can be affected by the ability of your staff members. But don't worry, we're going to be covering staff in a later episode too. To get more detail on your entire squad, not just those in your best 11, then you're going to have to head over to your squad depth screen. Here you can see the pecking order of talent for each position, and you can also customize the view to get more insight. Initially, you'll view your squad depth based on your player's current ability. However, you can customize this to see it for your player's potential ability. And your potential ability is how good your staff members think your players can get in the future. You can also use this to see how suitable your players are for the current role they're assigned. And you can also use it to see your strength in depth in every area of the pitch. You can also change the selected formation. This allows you to see how well the players will fit into a new system before you even implement it. Each of your backroom team will have a different opinion on the depth of your squad. So to view all of their assessments and get a well-rounded picture of your current depth, you can view them on this screen too. Let's move on to the assistant report screen. This gives you a really detailed look at your squad's overall strengths and weaknesses according to your trusty assistant manager. These aren't just related to your on-pitch performances, they can also include off-the-pitch factors too, such as your club's finances and the quality of your youth team. Most of these will focus on the collective attributes of your squad. For example, if your team maybe aren't the best tacklers in the league. So, you can then see what areas you need to strengthen in the transfer market. Hello? Is that the board? Yeah, I'm going to need a ball-winning midfielder, please. If you find yourself with more strengths than weaknesses, then you're probably set up for a successful season. And on the other hand, if you see a sea of weaknesses, you're probably in for a bit of a challenge. It's not just your current first team that you'll want to get a handle on. It's also important to plan for the future and check out your youth team too. The Dev Centre has loads of useful information for both the reserves and your youth teams. This allows you to adjust their tactics and their training as well, just as you would with the first team. On the first team candidates section of the overview screen, you'll be able to see which players are nearly ready for a call-up to the first team squad. It is crucial to factor in how you plan to ease these players into your matchday squad to allow their transition from the youth team to the first team to be smooth. One good method is to play them in cup games or to bring them off the bench in league games to allow them to get more minutes in more comfortable environments. Knowing what players you have at your squad and knowing your squad's strengths and weaknesses can be a way to get a step ahead during pre-season at your club. It can also be the difference between a good season and a great one. I'll be back next time with a guide to setting up a tactic, but in the meantime, be sure to send any questions, queries, and save updates to @footballmanager on Twitter. I've been Ellis, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.